Okay. First, I'd like you to see one of the students who is ready to tell us a brief summary of the story, if possible. I've tried to activate, you see, the microphones, and all the microphones are now. Yes, Arthur, please. I have activated your microphone.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Yes, Arthur, please. Or Barak, which actually you already you see that the a favor to arms by, you see, Ernest May is somehow, as written, you see, some novels, as you know and can search, you see, everywhere. It is among his, you see, best novels, and one of the, let's say, most, you see, affecting one, or affecting, you see, ones of his novels. You see that in this story somehow there's two major characters, Frederick and Catherine, are, as we see, a nurse, and Frederick as a volunteer to participate in, you see, the war in Italy. So the atmosphere of and the setting of this novel is, you see, the Italian war front, and also some of, you see, the details of this somehow, you see, war, and we see that as a nurse, okay, was somehow taking care of the soldiers and the people somehow injured at war. But we have a love story in this novel that they fell in their love and married. But Catherine didn't like the formalities of, you see, the marriage, someone to stand before the church and then promise something, since she believed that it has to be something to the heart of the couple. And even with the meaning, you see, of death at the beginning, we see that it was very somehow harsh for them to see actually what it is. But we see that later on, Frederick learned something about the meaning of death, see, somehow. And some also believe that for Catherine, that was so idle, you see, in her thoughts, and even so romantic in this sense as the hero or the female hero in this novel. But we learned that Frederick somewhat developed through this novel, and different from the very beginning of his, let's say, emotional forces in this novel, and coped with some of the problems, some courage received from Catherine. This story falls on two different sides. One of them is love, that we also discussed about its concept in some other novels we've worked, like The Great Gatsby. And on the other side, we see that we have something about death. One of the, or not one of, better to say that the only absolute thing in the world. We see that. There are, for some other things like life, like, you see, marriage, like love, like God, some may believe in these concepts. But with death, everybody accepts it. It is something inevitable and happens sooner or later for everybody. Whether he or she likes it or dislikes it. And this is the thing that experienced many times in this, you see, Italian front. And we see that at the beginning of this novel, the female character, that is Frederick, lacks some sort of commitment of any kind. Even finding love in men, even in finding love in, you see, woman or in God, and even for the reasons of the existence. But after meeting Catherine, we see that he drifts with, you see, the moment. He moves toward understanding it, and finds also some emptiness, we see, of life. This is that also for the wedding does not did anything to signify somehow a true marriage, since he attended a lot at warehouses and making some sexual affairs with the prostitutes. But after finding, and at the beginning also at this first stage, or the first stages, his aim also was somehow, you see, the same. But when he understood something about some meanings of life, attracted, and we see that found some sort of the true marriage and experiencing a true love with spiritually somehow with Catherine, and achieve some sort of, let's say, winning or victory in life. And when Catherine dies at the end, we see that the tragedy usually happens. Then it is a kind of saying, you say, goodbye to everything, and then find some meaning, you see, in life. This shows his development through different, you see, procedures, through different processes or acts in life. And there are also some symbols in this novel indicating, you see, love and death. Rain, for instance, that stands for purification, for clarification, and also for death, you see, as well. And the hero in this novel is the person who naturally and spiritually accept the truth of life and the truth of death in this instance. He also experienced some attractive and genius moments in life, and also the beauty, you see, of life, and understood somehow what life is, and also the worth of their living. Okay, at this stage, I see a stop and wait for. Okay, Ghaffar says that cannot you see, participate in class discussions. Let me activate the rest of the students. Barak, what about you? You cannot also participate? Barak, you cannot also participate? Okay, for those who maybe have not read the story, I go through some of the notes and tell you a brief. Okay, whenever you are connected, please let me know. I stop and then we can talk about the novel. Anyhow, I will talk briefly about the characters in this novel. We know Frederick is telling us something, who is very young, participated in this war, an American and also a very knowledgeable person, a learned one, a student of architecture, and we know that seems that has also some connection with his grandpa before attending this war, and he has observed something in different, cases, and this is the way that he has acted or reacted because of some things happen aimlessly in his life. As a character, we know that he is a developing one, as at the beginning he stands for something, and then after being familiar and made love with Catherine, he changes somehow, and then we know that his curiosity also raised and throws himself into the rough, let's say, military routine. He makes different things. It rings early, as I said, also wars even, and this life full of excitement. And he sees it as a life is somehow is nasty and to the ordinary American peacetime life, and it does not show some glimmers of another, his more sensitive side of his personality. And we see when the other officers sees their priest, Henry feels him or the man. However, although he does not join this kind of humor, there is nothing in this case to stop him on his way. And eventually when Kathy comes to him, very often he indifferently starts this kind of love with Catherine, but later on we see a lot to this whole kind of love, and as the story progresses, he finds and faces some realities, of war, some reality of death, particularly the love, and these events made him some changes in his view toward the life, toward the meaning of life and death. And then we see that shows somehow this kind of person that is somehow stress, participating in very dangerous and perilous, acts in war, but he lives, at the for his own reasons, and realizes that human need each other, some sort of relationship, with and some comfort at the same, or making a new destiny for himself. But we see that tragically he is not allowed to see that opportunity. Be that at the end he found lots of things because of his development in this situation, but this tragedy also left a very serious impact on him. On the other side, we have a sick cat. Now, the person that is too young come to Italy nurse engaging in war, and later on we see that when we first meet, it shows that very normal person, and also a little crazy the situation, and she is actually a different character from me. We said that she has been developed earlier before meeting Henry at war, and received also a kind of enlightenment respecting, you see, moralities in life. Then we see that she tries not to respect some conventional moralities, and she does not believe in such things like, you see, formalities happen. What she actually desires, and even though we know that there are some changes as well, before even the novel or the story starts, but she is the woman that meeting, you see, different things, a complete character before these events, a true one, playing different for adolescents, some sort of, you see, pleasure, this kind of, you see, living life. And this tells us some sorts of different, you see, interpretations. And then at the end, she says that I'm going to, but she's not afraid of it. Since she has to see lots of things related to man and his reactions and his existence and essence, you see, as well. The other characters in the novel, like, you see, Rinaldi, a surgeon, kind of reactions in the novel. We also admired his in this case, and at the end we also may feel sorry for him, since the war has started. He knocks himself out trying to somehow undo, you see, the damage of the war has done, and at the end he is somehow pathetic, and he fears he has picked up at the village something, you see, like about nobody is ready to talk. Okay. If there is anybody ready to talk about, see, anything, I will continue with, you see, different themes in this novel, not referring to, you see, the questions, at least at this time. It is known as a love story, and Hemingway tries to show it, you see, in this novel, among a battlefield, you see, and war. This is something that love also can originate, and love can happen even among the most limited place, that is, you see, war. But it is clear